Let's do another back in time video, and I'm going to use code INFX, which has recently been delisted within the Bittrex exchange, and codes will always be doing such. And if you often attend to your buy orders relatively quickly after they get executed, and you see the notice that it's been delisted, I noticed the best strategy is always to sell it immediately for whatever loss you get, 20-30%. But let's just see if we would have started using the 2-hour time frame back in the summer, the start of such, of last year. So we're looking at a little over 1/2 of a year. And the strategy is always buying below the 18 average of lows and above the 18 average of highs. And this is one of the spots where I think if you traded any time before, then you're doing much better. This would have been one of the worst times to start compared to, like, if you would have been starting here buying, oh, you could sell beautifully from June the 14th through June the 15th. And then you could buy back here, you can sell in here, get one buy in here if you're able to catch that period, and sell again in here, and we're just buying again. But when do you enter for entry? And let's assume you're in a situation, you see it, okay, I want to get into this. Price is 23564. It's below the 18 lows. It went below the support level. Generally speaking, one of the smarter plays is just to stick buy orders in. But what we're going to do is just say, yeah, we're going to buy now just to enter the game. We'll place a horizontal ray because we're going to want to put immediate sell orders in. I'm going to be playing this basically how I'm playing the game now. And if I buy now, I'm probably going to have 2 sell orders in at this time. I'm just looking back at previous data in here. No, this would be new highs. So we're going to place another horizontal ray in and it's not going to happen, but it's just good to show you what can come in. So I would have put a horizontal ray up here. This is the high. The price will never go there. You don't know that at the time. And if you did, you certainly wouldn't be buying now. Well, if I'm buying at 23 and I realize if it comes back to previous level, that's 17,000, I'm going to reset the scale. Then that would be a good spot for my next entry purchase. So I'm going to use Notepad to determine my buys and my sells. 1 will signify a buy, 2 will be a sell. So the first price is in at 23,564. Okay, let's play through with time and see how the market moves. Now you can see in a situation here, if you just take your buy as it is, you would have been fine. If you wait a bit, you're probably going to get it. More times than not you will, but in here we can see there were opportunities in this spot where if you went for paid a little bit more, you could have got an instant profit in here. Now, I know I see the rally coming forth in here, but realistically when you see this move, one of 2 things should be done: a buy order barely above or well below. So if I did one, say at the 18,181 mark, now in a situation here, what I would normally buy for in the amount is significantly, or at least less than the first time that I bought. Because if I bought, say, 100 at one time, then I would look to have a sell order at the 44, selling about 25. So I realize what I want to buy, I'm going to want to sell a bit more, probably around 30 to 35, and I want to buy more on top. So I'd probably buy about 50, or half of what I did before. Now in a situation like this again, you're going to want to place another buy order in. So you bought at 18. What's a significant dip below? Maybe you can say somewhere around 12 and change, where you can now place a sell order in at 27. And we'll reset the scale and continue on moving through time. There's the sale. So there's a spot where you sold at 27. You could have got up to almost 40. So you win and you lose. You win because you see it comes back. You lose because there were better opportunities available that you missed out on. Now, had, of course, you been live near the computer and there was 10, 20, enough time, you might decide to cancel this and sell here, but you were still 10% away. But 27,067 would be the sale. And I could buy back immediately the next day at the 20 handle. Now, in a spot like this, I see a market that has been making bearish sentiment. So I would probably work towards this previous low again at probably a hair above the 18 number, which of course you can see would have hit in here at 18,078. And now we're looking to do the same thing again. Do I want to go back at 27? Or do I want to maybe move this one down a bit lower like that? We'll maybe try this for the next play. So we'll move the market. We see it's going down. Your buy order did not hit. So at this stage here, I don't want to buy. If say it comes down here and it's already had a decent rally to the bed, I don't want to buy by any means, not even maybe. But I may want to go like that. And there's the buy. I could have got obviously a little bit cheaper of a price, but 12, yeah, this line is what line? 12,992? Yeah, 12,992. So we'll move this up again. So if you're buying at 12 and selling at 18, that's like 50%. That's definitely decent enough. And of course, a buy order is going to be needed to be put in. So if you're buying last at 12, you want to go like 7-ish or maybe 72 even 70, 77. We'll just do that. Move them, and there you go. Look at that instant gain. And you nailed this one, or I nailed it, whatever. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. 18,601. And in these situations, it's always about bringing it back to where it came from. Really, I mean, that's really always, and you see how not only did it come back to where it came from in here, but even the next day, you still got your other buy order in. Now, maybe, knowing me, I probably wouldn't have got that 7,000. Because I can see why I would have went for that 9,400 number. Mathematically, it might have taken a little over 10. But if I'm going to suspect that this is the area for support because this was the last key low, this was where the 18 is. And whenever you see a situation like that where something goes up quick like that, especially in the bear market spot, it oftentimes will come back to the band like this. It's very, very common to do such. And in fact, if you caught it, there's a chance you may have gotten this one as well. So I'm not going to take that 7 buy just because I realistically probably would have moved it down to 5. There is no way. I would have looked to buy at 9,500 and then again at 7. That's just not even close to maybe. So the market moves. It's going sideways. Oh, by the way, we need a sell order in. Ooh, would I have, we'll just say we had it up here, then it came up here, and I'll remove it back lower. So we'll just keep on going through. And this is where it sucks, because here's a spot where the market just shot up, and sometimes you'll nail the top, which we've seen. Sometimes you'll be so far away and get a gain, which is what we've seen earlier. And here's a spot where you'll just barely miss it and get no profit, no play at all. Let's just move it down. Okay then, so there's two that get hit. Now, this happens at 10 in the morning. Noon even. This is Eastern time. And I'm just scrolling through fast, but let's be real. Unless you had some sort of engagement that went on from August the 3rd noon to really the end of the next day, you had plenty of time to buy back what you sold here in that 18. So technically at 18 is at around 9,500, so I can do this. Sell at 15,718, buy 9,500, sell again at around that 15 number, and then the other sale again at 27,658. Okay. Now, what time did this happen? This happened 8 in the morning or whatever. Let's just say you were away for the day. It's now 22. You're back at night. I would probably be hesitant to buy at this stage. I still think that the price action oftentimes will retrace down after a move like this. I realize if I buy now, that enables me to sell for another move back to the 26,000 handle. If I don't buy now and it moves up there, then I really can't. Or just crush my inventory that I have. If I wait to buy, I'll get even a much significant lower price. I've already going to put a buy order down here. So I probably would be looking for a retest of around 14,000. I'm not going to put a line in, but 14,000 is where I'd probably look to buy. And there you see it, 14. So I'm going to just have the 9,000 in place. But when you see this volatility, I buy at 14, sell at 21. But then if that's the case, let's just move this back here and do this. Okay, so continue on through time. You barely miss. Again. And now several days without a trade. As we can see, volatility at this time is shrinking. And now we got the sale at 24.78. This would have occurred in the middle of the afternoon in September. And when you see that, where are you going to be buying it back? It took a few periods to get there, which is somewhere where you might not settle for the old 18 lows because it's going to be rising. Mathematically, buying at, say, 13 and change after you sold at 20 is not a bad deal. Let's move the 9,000 down a bit, though, and do that. And there's the buy. 13,381. And I like usually below previous high. There's a bunch of them here. If I'm buying at 13.3, selling a little over 20, not a bad flip. And there's that flip. So this happens at the 24.91 handle. And whatever time frame you want to look at, what gives you the volatility to make it worth doing? What time frames can you handle? Because even if you miss a few hours, like say this happens, you're like, ooh, man, do I want to buy here? And the answer is no. Let's go like significantly lower. And if you did, you see that I talk about it. If you were to buy back here, there was your opportunity. Easy sell back. So there's risk versus reward example of if you do it, if you buy, you know this is what you get, you win. If you buy it, it goes down, you lose. That's the whole nature of the game. And there's your buyback from before at 13.710. And then you would be putting a play up here. 13, that's 7. That's a decent enough gain. Obviously that missed. And there's a buy in at 82.24. So you wouldn't want to buy again until about 5 grand. But when you buy at 82 here and you see where we came from, you're looking at your sell orders. You got one up there. If you're buying at 8, selling at 12, that's half decent. Of course, this 5,000 buy order, let's remove it even a little lower. And play through the market. You can see it would have sold instantly, pretty much 12,758. You could have got more. So if I happen to just see it right now at the 18 lows like this, 85.26, that's good enough for me. But I'll increase my sell order a little bit for the next time. So 85.26 is the buyback. And then a whole bunch of choppy action from like November the 4th. 6 days now and counting of just doing this flatlining, no up and down within it. No lines have hit. Well, there's a buy order in at 52.62. So now I probably wouldn't be looking to buy till about 3,000. I'm not going to put a line in, but we'll just say like 3,005. So where do I want to sell this? That's a key support level. You're looking at where price would go, what mathematical decent for your number. If I'm selling at 67 after buying at 52, there's a problem there because that's not much of a gain. So let's look towards here under that 10. And we'll buy at like 3,001, I said. And if this is where you stood, say, after you seen you missed this sell order, but you got this one in at 98.61. So now we might as well move this back down to like 5,000. This one will pierce under here for just in case it comes back. And there it did. So 14,009 would get executed. And we'll be looking to be buying this back for a decent play. Maybe, because we're going 5,000, 8,500-ish. But before that, you're going to get a sell of 20,100. And I'm going to get a little more fancy, remove this even lower again. This way I can go maybe 11. I can start, when you get big moves up, you want to start talking about like major 50% and sometimes even greater declines because they're becoming available. So the market will move some more. There's your buy at 11,905. So now we're looking at where we can retrace to. You got this previous high in for double gains. You could play for the 17. Well, that's decent enough profit as it is. So I would look towards having a first entry point. I probably still would have a seller here as well at the same time. Okay, I have to reset the scale. And there's a situation in which we've just come to. You notice that the delisting happened and you got both your 76.29 and your 50.93. I guess it's game over now. Let's see how we did. And we'll go to a spreadsheet that I made a while ago. It should still be in working condition. Okay, this is how many you buy. Yep. That was from the last example that I had. So what we're going to do is put in share sizes. Just going to get rid of all of these from before. And see how we would have started with. So the amount to start off with, if you would have said bought 100, let's say you put in 2.3% of a Bitcoin. Okay. So you normally, I'd be looking to sell about 22 to 23 of them. So let's go buy maybe, I mentioned 50, I think. So if you buy 50, we've now invested 3.2% of a Bitcoin in this. So at 150, I'll do my math in my head, 15, double to 30, a bit more. So you'd sell about 40. Is my math on this right? Because this number should go down to 190. Okay, well, that would work out to what you would sell minus... Let's just keep going anyway. So after buying, if I sold 40 at this price, the buyback would probably be about 55. And then you would be buying another bit more, which means you'd be investing more onto the into this. So we go 75. So you have 240. Now we have 18,006. You have 240, so 48. You'd be looking to sell about 55 again. You're getting half off, so we'll look to buy about 80. You're selling at 15. You have 265, so that's about selling 60. The buyback would be 85. So now we would sell maybe 75. Selling again. So I'm going to sell less than I did before. So if I sold 75 before, now I'm looking to sell about, say, 65. And if I sold 65 at 27, I'm buying back at 14. I'm looking to go about 100. And now I got 250, so I'd probably look to sell about 65 again like we did before. The buyback, 100 again. 70 maybe, sell a little bit more. I'm accumulating the buy back and forth so I can increase lot sizes, which means my buyback would be in the same measure. Buyback maybe 105. So now we're in a situation of owning 320, so probably buy about 125 here. And now we're selling at 12.7, owning 44, so that would be about 100. Buy back here, so look, maybe buy back that 125 again. If you're buying at this point, probably go about 175. And you're holding 645 at this stage, so 64 times 2, we're looking at about 130, so sell about 150. And then you're selling again, so we're gonna go like maybe 25 less, maybe 100. So after 3 sell orders in a row, you're still left with 270. And then you're gonna buy, so if you're buying for here, you should probably buy about 150. So if any noise came that was disrupted there. And then your other buy orders would come in 200 and say 250. And you would have 870 of them, which we're gonna have to sell. And the price, we'll go 33.60. Well, let's just, we'll assume you've seen it at 4,200. Well then, I knew my math was going to have to be readjusted mathematically. From my looks of it, this looks like barely a profit. Because I have it set here so that if you buy, it's the sum of H. H only gets executed if this equals a 1. This here, which is C, the sum of J, this only gets executed if this is executed. So that's, if I'm just reading the formula, F8 multiply C8. Yeah, so in this situation here, when it was all said and done, this is a spot where everything that would have been good for, I would have had to have been better than this, I would have thought. I was still expecting a profit with all of these moves in here. I mean, your first entry point was 23, and you did sell it at 42. So, you know, that's probably right, but this is the whole point about this trading strategy, where you could go this whole time and go from here, see the market go from here to here and break even. Now, whether this game will still work, whether this will still be played on another exchange, I have never ever went deeper than that before, so I wouldn't know, because whenever I see this I usually just get out. But if we just take a look at another random code like core and just go back, way back in time, you're looking at it, you're like, okay, let's buy now. And just by realizing, knowing what you would do, did you get that sell order in? Well, if you bought here at 43, I'm hoping so. I really surely hope you got that. The buyback was instant. So you would have bought in here. Definitely no selling coming in. Oh, there's a sell. There'd be some selling up here. And if you got this buyback, there's some selling up here. with the buyback down here. I mean, look at this volatility. I mean, this is 2016, albeit, but here you're at 1630, and these rises up here, your sell orders are just magnificently working, and this choppiness, and also if you see moves like this, sometimes your sell orders can be a little more difficult than you think, but for what it's worth, not really. If you're like, okay, if you own it in here, and you're like, I want to sell at 55, and it goes up to 7, yeah, they definitely hit. But if we even just move further to, like, say, like here we are in 2017. Now the market's moving normally. Just even if you assume you start in here, if you bought down here, you can got an instant sell gratification here. You buy back. Another sell in here. You're buying back. Another sell up here. You're buying back as we've got the 18 lows. You sell up here. You could have bought back now if you wished. You could. There's nothing wrong with it. Try to get greedy and go back to the previous low areas. If you did, you lost. But if you bought back here, you sold. You should have bought back here if you sold up here. And if you didn't, well, you have to wait. If you did buy back here, you sold up here again. Now, whether you took advantage of saying, this is going to be hard to do. Selling here, buying back here, and selling that would be hard to do. If you did, congratulations. But as we see markets continue to move on this, oh, you sell some up here, you buy it back down here. And if you bought it back down here, maybe you sold up here. I could see why you wouldn't, though. Because if maybe you buy back at 86, you don't want to sell again until like it doubles. And the mathematics on this works for you. But obviously, there was several opportunities on the buyback down here to sell throughout the months of end September, start of October. And we can see now markets go down. Buying opportunities. Buy the dips. Buy the dips. It's going down. Sell the peak. Sell this peak, especially if you bought this dip. Sell the peak. We continue on. It's going down. So we're buying these dips and we'll be ready to sell the peaks when it goes back up. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day.